Hi. The new sections. We still don't know exactly what they are supposed to be, right? Yeah, maybe it's the demo version. Since we know there is a WAD of this version, but we have never seen it. Yeah, we don't know much about it apart from the name of the WAD that can be installed too. Should I set up some music? Maybe, yeah, maybe something from a Nintendo game, if possible. If you guys have suggestions. Pokemon Battle Colosseum? Yeah, why not? Battle Revolution, okay. This one, maybe. So, yeah, it's probably too loud. Is the volume okay like this? Okay. So for today, first I've seen there is a warning because I did a first compilation of SP and I've seen there is this one is probably about like 1 minute to fix or something really fast. Hi. And then we are going to change the way the team overview page handles colors because it's different from everything else that's related to teams, where it's like really simple, and this one it's the one that I did at the very beginning, and it has a more complicated system, so I want to get rid of it before moving to the online stuff. And then after that, we are going to add like an online team selection UI. Which is going to be quite similar to this one that we are going to change, except that we are going to add arrows to each player, to each control for each player. And then maybe if we have time, we are going to do like actual online stuff like in the backend. Who knows? Maybe we get this done too. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see at this point. So let's do this warning first, and maybe do it like this. Yeah. So yeah, not much to do. Can even push it. Okay, so step 1 is done. Then we can move to the second task. So let's see the code of the page. So I think we have the stuff here in on activate, and yeah, we compute the team ID here, and we compute the color ID from the team ID, and then the actual code is actually not in the page but in the control. And we set an animation for the color. Yeah, I will say that Git on the command line is like very powerful. You can do a lot with it, and it may have like a high learning curve, but once you know the commands and so on, you can be like really efficient using it. So that's how it's done here, but maybe to give a point of comparison. I think maybe this. Or this one is the same actually. We will have to change this one too, but not in the stream. Maybe. Hi. This one is just text. I'm struggling to find an actual example, but maybe this. Yeah, okay. So what we do usually, what we can do is we have like a pane, we get the material from the pane, and we get a color just by using this function that takes the team ID, and then we set the colors on the material. The advantage of this is that the files of the beer LAN and beer setter can be much smaller than what we have here using the animation. And also we can change the team colors from one place instead of having like different colors in every beer LAN file that goes with every control that uses team colors. And since we are going to use this control as a base for the online version, I think it might be worth it to do it before. So now let's take a look at the beer setter. Which is in control. Yeah, it was right. Team confirm. And here we have a group for the color like this. We can remove it. And remove this too. And we have to update this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just by one. And we can remove this. And we will take a team ID instead of a color ID. And now we also have to remove the beer LAN because we no longer need it. And where is it? Must be like in menu. Choose this one, okay. So we can remove this file. And this one too. But this one not yet. Because we will also have to change the other control, but we are not doing it now. So this is done, and remove the actual file. So now it So as on activate, we have the colorblind setting, but now it should also be handled in the get color function, get team color. I don't think it's implemented yet, but it's also much simpler if we have it all in the same place. So we can remove all this. Get the team ID, and then we pass it here simply. So let's see if we have some problems. Seems to work fine. And then we'll go to, it's a bit before in this one. And yeah, we first have to check the name of the pane that we are going to use. Well, you can just look at the diff. Okay, we even have two. Because yeah, it's actually a left part and a right part. I don't know why Nintendo did that. Maybe it's simpler to have because you cannot have a gradient. That's made that we're using only one pane without using like something more complex, like a dedicated texture or something like this. So. So, compiles. Here we are, our dolphins. Oh shit. Okay, looks like hello. So we get a crash. That's so nice. Yeah, it's because we haven't updated this, and it will try to bind the color animation. So yeah, it works, at least it loads. Now let's see if we get, we have to enable the team setting. Oh nice. So what's this? Yeah, no, not this. We will want to check this first, because yeah, the other is a real address, so we have to translate it. And then this was 88B8. Okay, yeah. It's also very stupid. And yeah, these errors are a bit annoying. And we'll just remove the... So... we have our dolphin here. I'm going to remove the WE folder. And same for the other dolphin. This one. Yeah. And then we will have to... yeah, of course, it's not going to boot. We're going to restart the dolphins. And do online update. You can do the same here. And yeah, it's going to be, it's take a bit of time. Yeah, it's not very fast. So we can already look at the next task, which will be a completely new page for the online section UI. And I looked before about the page IDs that we can use. Yeah, I've seen that page. I think it was the 88. It's like a page that's already for online. That's basically completely unused. And then that's basically no content. We can check on GitHub here. This, it has basically nothing. And then if you look at the vtable, like you have your own init that does about nothing at all. And the only function that it's not like the default one is this one here. And it does stuff related to online. I don't know what exactly, but it even doesn't do much. It can shut down the online manager, and that's basically it. So it's like very, very safe to replace. There is no way we will ever need this page. So looks like the installation is done. Oh, it didn't save. Oh, yeah. So looks like we have our team colors. This one is done too. Yeah, let's do it on this tab. So we remove this. Looks like okay. Simply pi. Okay, let's go for the much larger task that is this one. We are maybe going to copy the existing page. It's going to be faster than doing a new page from scratch. So how is it called? Let's see. We have one also for the the offline multiplayer. Multi-tip select page. So the online one should be like simply online team select page. Can already add it to the build system. So okay, we have this page here. We're going to change like all the occurrences of the name. So this can stay. We will only need on activate. We don't need this. We don't need on back because you cannot go back. You can actually maybe to quit to quit the room simply. We don't have a setting button. And we will have an OK button if you are the host and you take like 5 seconds to select all the teams for all players. Then you can already move to the next step. So control manager, input manager stays the same. Title text, we don't need this. Implementing these timers back is going to suck. Maybe like what we really need is like a robust way to close everything in the right order. If we lose the connection, if you have like pop-ups and so on that are open, we have to close them correctly. What Nintendo has decided to do is to simply move to another section and let the sanction the init function close everything. It's much simpler for them. But if we want to stay in the same section, we will have to do something a bit like we do now, but really, think about every possible case. And also for the timers, we have to handle like different pages that can be shown when the timer runs out of time. So I don't know how difficult it is going to be exactly. The page system makes it not too difficult because we can always have the timer on a single page and always handle the pages that are on top of it from this one in particular. So here we are not going to have these controls. We need something a bit like for the settings page. I don't remember the exact name. The up-down control. Even if it's actually a left-right control. So we can just have our controls. And then we also need something for the values. They are implemented in like 2 different controls. This one is the base, has like the base layout, and it also has the arrows. It's basically a parent control for the other stuff. And this one has the actual text. It's a bit of a mess, but we already have like all the headers and everything to use them. The only thing that's going to take a bit of time is to implement all the asset files like the BR setter, BR late, BR run, etc. We have our OK button. Remove this. And then we need some handlers. We don't have this one, but we are going to have some. From here, but we don't need them like immediately. So replacement is fine. Here, yeah, good question about this one. Yeah, it's a bit annoying actually. Initially I was thinking that we could have like a grid for the players, like 6x2, but it's not actually going to be possible. We will have to have like just the players on top of each other. The reason for that is because of the controller navigation. If you use a remote, it's going to be fine. But if you are using a GSN controller, for instance, or anything that's not a remote, basically, it's not really possible to move from one control to another if they are next to each other horizontally because of the arrows. It's only relevant for if you are the host, but it's going to be much simpler if we have a single layout for everything. So what we are going to do is that we are going to make something much closer to the rankings, for instance, at the end of the race, or something like the online rankings, which is all vertical, instead of something that's 6x2 like the team config page that we are going to use, that we are already using as a base for the grand page. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but I don't really see how a better way to do it. So here we can wrap on the right direction at least. If you have 12 controls vertically, it's good if you don't have to. If you can move from the bottommost one to the topmost one, and vice versa. So yeah, we have to add the size of. No, it's not even needed. It doesn't work like this because the values are children of the base controls. We don't have a stick button, so this part is this one. We will have to change the function here. See how it's done. Yeah, we don't really know. For now, it's basically going to be all this mess here. But I'm leaving it as is for now. Okay, button. Here we can keep the. Here we are just going to copy paste the one that we already have. Yeah, maybe not, because it's not the same layout after all. So let's do it like this. And then the back button is fine. And remove this, remove this. For now, maybe as a first step, we're going to load the page without the controls. Just to see if this part works fine. Not sure what I was trying to do, but anyway. This part we don't need at the moment. And let's remove all of this so we don't have includes that we don't actually need. These functions, don't need them. This one we are going to implement much later. Same for this one. And this one too. So let's see what happens. So it actually compiles. Nice. Now let's assign the page ID. And we can add it to the should go just before online top. Now let's see if we are removing it from the online sections. And yeah, from this one, even from this one. Now we added some custom BRC chairs. For now we are just going to copy the one that we have for the team confirm. No, it's actually in button. Did we ever figure out what page 88 does? Yeah. It's a networking back page. What is this function? Maybe let's check that. It's not after calc, it's the one after. I don't know what if we even have a name for this this virtual function. It's 0x50, but yeah, it's just a networking back page. And it has the ability to shut down the whole thing. And I think this is going to be, it can change the section and like go to the section 0x78 and I checked that before, and it was the disconnection section. And same for the 79, it's another disconnection. So it's basically all it can do, handle disconnections. Probably gets it from here or something. I don't know enough about the basenate code. Could probably implement the shutdown function, but we already have something. It's basically just the destructor of the home client and home server is the equivalent. Team confirm OK. I need to use this peerlet here, which we already have, because all this stuff actually comes from the online UI. So now we have to add this to the build system too. So let's see if we can open the online UI as a test, even without going to the actual page. Why not set the default ISO and all? Yeah, in this section, in this session, that's only for streaming, so it's completely independent from the other ones. I could do it, but I'm not really used to do it because I sometimes had to test stuff on the other regions, so it can be a bit annoying. But yeah, since we have the new porting infrastructure, it's basically a solved problem. And I think I even have released versions without even testing on something other than PAL. So yeah, I agree with you. And so it's just here, and we can sell this. And while we are at it, I'm going to change this so we can have something a bit larger to see. And we are going to do the same here for when we test. Well, yeah, if we have actual time for the online stuff. Yeah, porting is almost never a problem, because like 99% of what we are porting is done automatically, and yeah, our porting program that we run once, I don't know how it's called anymore because the name changed, but it works very well. And I didn't have any problem at all with it. And very rarely we maybe have to port like one address manually. Yeah, the menu model manager, for instance, and you have just to do it right, but it's not frequent at all. So let's take a look at the crash. It was this one. It was this one. So it's so what's this? What you mean is this? So let's add some Python. The very efficient at exporting. Oh, okay. It is. Yeah. So it's pagenet. What? And then oh, so it's some stuff in globe page. I have an interesting idea for the pack. When selecting a main, the character selection can pick any of your maze. like how it is in the multiplayer. I think we might already have an issue that's open for this, but let me check. Yeah, this. Yeah, it's planned. Okay, I know why it's not working. It's because I think the team mode branch that I made just today actually does some changes related to some of the vanilla online code. And one of the things it does is removing the RKNet controller, which is basically the class that's the singleton that manages everything that's online related. Yeah, there are more singletons, but this one is the most important one, and it has like the most importantly maybe the main loop of the netcode. And it looks like if we are in some particular sections in globe page, it's going to call some of these functions related to the base netcode. So that's why it crashes now. And yeah, the online mode wasn't tested on the team branch, so all we have to do is basically add an up to this function. Yeah, not an up, a BLR. Ha! I was just talking about the porter that like works in every possible case, and just immediately after I get a porting failure on some symbol. We are going to do it the stupid way, so that's going to be no ping counter symbol instead. I think there is this one. This one doesn't do any harm, but this one, 90-20, does too. Okay, let's try again. And we still get a crash. Looks like it's still the same thing. Yeah. Or we will maybe have to knob this right too. And the function is okay. First crash is fixed, but we have another one now. Don't know if it's still net manager. Oh damn. Maybe it's going to be much simpler to just knob the color on globe page. So yeah, like this. And then we can remove these symbols. I think same for these two actually. Okay, let's go. So we have fixed the crash, and the page can actually be initialized at least. Now let's just check that changes are as small as possible. We don't need this after all. Now so it's the key draw. Yeah, so not sure exactly what we are going to use as a base for the controls, but maybe the simplest is simply to use the settings. Maybe let's see. It's going to crash, I think, because it's in server mode. So basically we will take like this box. We can only show 6 for now in a single line. Which is not much, but you basically have to take this, make it 2 times, reduce the height by 2, and have 1 per player. And we can make it much wider if needed, but I don't see why it will be necessary to do it. Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be quite small. So I think we are going, for instance, to remove maybe the shadow, or at least to have everything that's right next to each other, with the borders being maybe a single border between this and this. And we'll see if it doesn't work, we can use a different style of control. Because we have to display like the me name and the me and this. Yeah, now we don't actually need to do it. Why is the text description message behind? I don't really know. It looks correct to me, but maybe there is a mistake somewhere. So, alright. One more thing. Yeah, so actually, I guess we could have, for instance, the player names and the me here. And here we will just have the team names. It's maybe the simplest. And we will remove the scale animation, probably because we don't have enough space to do it. And this one will go at the bottom, and it will be replaced by the OK button. So let's try to do it. For now, we are just going to load like twice as many controls. Like this, and we are going to load all the setting stuff. No, yeah, it's called up down button. I don't know why. It really should not be the name. Because it's like an horizontal control. It should be left-right button. But I don't know. Maybe there is a whole backstory. You will have to ask the people at Nintendo. So. So here we have 6 variants. Maybe let's take a look at the position of the category button. She's 140. Can maybe even increase it. And then the usual, it was 45. So let's maybe try this. We will see. Just try something and look at the actual layout in game. it's not going to work, but let's try anyway. And let's fix the animations, maybe. One, two, three, four, six, 8. So we just do 0, 0. Six. This one is going to be 8. And we also have to rename these. Okay, it's still loads. Now the next step is going to actually display the page, and to do that we need some to change the backend code a bit. So let's do this.
Neon Coliseum, Fortune Battle, Battle 1. Here we go. The battle is about to begin. They're ready to battle and are awaiting their trainer's orders.
So let's start maybe by the server side.
The battle begins. The blue corner makes the first attack. A rigid shot.
We need a new state for the team selection.
A fierce blow. It's a direct hit.
Alright. I can put some other music now. Any suggestions? Ideally so some Nintendo music too. Super Mario Galaxy. So yeah, we're adding some new states here and here, and then here we don't need anything. on team select. Then here we will have to check the settings. So we have the